I think we're recording. Um, Hush, honey. So this is my first video that I've ever made, and to say I'm nervous is a huge understatement. But there are a few reasons that I'm making this video. My friends call me Cherry. That's a nickname I've had forever. And this is my pain journey, and I'm starting it now, even though I could have started it about 30-ish years ago. But tomorrow I am going in for a spinal cord stimulator trial. And I'm nervous. And so I'm going on YouTube and Googling spinal cord stimulator trial. And there are a lot of videos out there, which is thank you very, very much. But it's hard to know, like, are these people like me? And no, they're not, because every single person's story is different. How they were injured was different, or what the pain that they're experiencing is different. The age is different. Other medical conditions is different. So here's my story, and it's probably different than yours, but it is mine. So let me give you a little bit of backstory to who I am and my situation. And then I can make videos following the trial and the hopefully permanent procedure. If I trip over my words and say a lot, it's what I do when I'm nervous, and so deal with it. Also, if you don't like cussing, if that offends your ears, then I'm really sorry. This totally isn't the video for you, because I kind of cuss like a sailor, and shit happens. So to start off my story, about 3 years ago, it'll be 3 years next month, I injured my back. It was an injury that happened really slowly over time, but that was the straw that broke this camel's back. I was a CNA, certified nurse aide, at Denali Center in Fairbanks, Alaska, which is absolutely the best place I've ever worked, the best long-term care facility out there. It makes me emotional just thinking about it, because I truly, truly, truly loved my job. Anyways, with the love of my job, it was also the most physically difficult job that I've ever had. Lots and lots of bending, lifting, pushing, pulling of other human beings who aren't as able-bodied. And 90%, or what it feels like, I'm exaggerating, but a mass majority of my job was done bent over, whether it be, helping people get dressed, or use the facilities, or eat, or get in and out of bed. All those activities of daily living. If somebody's in a wheelchair, you need to bend down to work with them. Anyways, my back was bad, and I was ignoring it, going to the chiropractor 2 or 3 times a month, and just going, it is what it is, and I love my job too much, so I'm just going to deal with it. And then I was with a resident, amazing person, and did a stand pivot transfer with her, and it just instantaneous pain, and kept working with her for the rest of the weekend, because it was a special occasion thing, and couldn't continue after that. came home, rested for a few days, tried to go back to work the following Monday, and made it about 20, 30 minutes. I don't know, coworkers, do you guys remember? Before I had to leave and go to the chiropractor and say, help me. And he said, yeah, okay, here, take 2 or 3 days off work, then go back. And I did. And didn't even make it a half hour, and never went back to work in that role again, and never will. And my chiropractor said, when he did x-rays, said, I can't help you. What I had done was I had a fracture in my L5 vertebrae, and the L5S1 disc was herniated, and the disc above it, L4, L5, was bulging. And so it was time to go see a spine specialist. After a few months of physical therapy and medications and not making any progress, we decided to do a fusion. And so we fused L5S1. And I still don't know if that was the right decision. I know that it's 3 years later, 2.5 years since the surgery, and I'm still in chronic daily pain. About a year ago, my surgeon said, well, I guess we should have fused both of them, the L4, L5, and the L5S1. There's not much more I can do unless you want to go in and fuse the next disc up. That to me doesn't sound awesome, because I know the healing for the first fusion sucked and didn't offer me any relief. I think I jumped the gun on that fusion because many years ago, I have a little scar right here. I had C6, C7 fused. That was another injury. That time I was lifting kegs of beer. And I decided, oh, let's stop being a bartender. Let's go lift people instead. That's what happens when you think with your heart and lead with your heart. But anyways, that's not the point. So I've spent the last year working with my pain management specialist to not have another surgery, not have another fusion. We have done what feels like everything under the sun. I cannot count how many injections I've had, different kinds of injections. I've had the steroid injections and the anesthetic injections. I've had anesthetic nerve blocks, and I even had the actual nerve block procedure, which didn't do a fucking thing but give me a serious spinal headache. The trial for that was amazing. When they did the anesthetic, both times I've had anesthetic injections, it was like night and day. I mean, it was virtually no pain. I wish they could do that. Unfortunately, they only last, for me, week and a half, and they cost thousands and thousands of dollars every time you want to do them. So it's just not a viable option, or I totally would, because that's worked best for me so far. So now that the injections aren't working at all, I mean, they worked for a little while, and now it's like, go deal with a day of pain and discomfort in the surgery center, and there's just no real upside anymore. So we're going to do a spinal cord stimulator, and that starts off with doing a trial. And that's what is happening tomorrow. And I am purposefully doing this video before I go take my shower, because I won't get to shower for a week. And I wanted y'all to see this because I'm kind of vain and I wear a lot of makeup all the time. That's me. Uh, so, anyways, the pain that I deal with, and here's another thing where like every video that I watched out there was different people have different levels of pain, different types of pain, and where their pain is all different. So this is where my pain is. The mass majority of my daily chronic pain that bothers me is in a space about this big in the center of my spine on my low back. It's the lumbar area, L4, L5, L5, S1, and it tends to radiate to about there. And that's the shit that bugs me. I have nerve damage and nerve issues in my legs. In my left leg is much, much worse. The top of my foot and the bottom half of the bottom, like the tip of my foot from my toes to midfoot, feels like it's asleep most of the time. And the outside of my thigh, or not thigh, I'm sorry, shin. Well, that's ugly. Anyways, I'm not going to try. The outside of my shin is desensitized. I won't say numb because I can still feel it. It's kind of like if I were to put masking tape over part of my skin. It's desensitized. So that's not necessarily painful, but they're sensations or issues. The pain that I have is a lot of tingly. It feels like there's a little electric bugs in my feet and in my shin, shin, calf area. And I will have some dull stabbing in my thigh. And that actually happens on both thighs. My right leg, that's about what I get. I get a little bit of dull ache, dull stabbing in the thigh. It doesn't go any further than that. And in my sciatic area, my buttocks area will have lots of issues. Sometimes they're painful. I mean, holy shit, there are moments where I'm like literally running around my apartment trying to shake it out, which doesn't work, but it makes me feel better than just laying there screaming. But those are honestly few and far between. I can almost deal with those. I deal with my nerve issues in my legs pretty well with medication. I mean, I can handle numbness. It just is what it is. But the sensations, the little electronic bugs that it feels like are in there and swimming around, and the little zaps of electricity are pretty well managed with medication. I take Scalaxin, which is it's a muscle relaxer, but it doesn't work like other muscle relaxers, and it helps with the spasms because I get the really annoying shit is spasms, and that seems to help. In fact, it helps a lot better than gabapentin, which I was on for years, and that just makes me stupid. Like I'm looking directly at somebody that I've known for years and I can't think of their name. Stupid. And we tried Lyrica, and that made me stare at a wall for 2 days before I said, oh, fuck this, I'm not taking it. Anyways, so I am doing this spinal cord for mainly sorry about that. Mainly the real back pain. That's what inhibits my daily life and affects me the most. I'm trying to think of what else I should share. Today's Tuesday. I'm going in for my trial tomorrow on Wednesday. Some of the shit that I have going on in my life right now. In 2 months, I am within a span of a week and a half getting married and moving out of Alaska. I've never lived outside of Alaska, so two pretty major shits going on. I'm also finishing up school because I had to get retrained to do anything in this world. And I have my practicum, which will be the first time that I've worked in 3 years coming up. And that will actually be this coming Saturday is my first day. So that'll be on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, on day 3 or 4, however you look at it, of my trial. I'm really fucking nervous about that. I don't know how, if I'm going to be able to go. But then again, not going is not an option. Like, dope me up on all my fucking medications. I have to go, because if I don't get this done, then I don't get that piece of paper in my hand that says, here, I'm educated, please give me a job, when I go to another state where I don't know anybody. So not going is not an option. Anyways, so that's a little bit of my story, and where I'm at and what I'm doing, and why I'm making these videos. I am making them because everybody's story is different, and it's hard to find somebody whose story mimics yours a little bit when you're looking for information. Also, a lot of the videos I found out there were older people. Then again, I'm not a spring chicken. I'm 40 years old, and I'm pretty cool with that. I think 40 is awesome. But yeah, so that's just one more variation in my story if you're here because you want to know about the spinal trial. So hopefully tomorrow I will make another video about day 1. And I hope to make videos on the daily for a while. That's what I'm hoping for. Anyways, thanks for checking this out, and thanks for wanting to meet me, and we'll talk to you later.